We've all heard stories about phantom houses, places that appear for one night and are gone the next morning. This story takes us deep into the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, where some trails lead to places that shouldn't exist. The hunt. It was October. The leaves were turning orange in the Great Smoky Mountains. Two men, Jack and his younger cousin, Leo, were hiking deep into the backcountry. Jack was an experienced hunter carrying a rifle. Leo was just along for the thrill. He didn't know how to shoot, but he loved the adrenaline. They were tracking a rumor about a rare, large elk seen in the area, but after hours of walking through silent pine forests, they hadn't seen a single animal. No birds, no squirrels, just dead silence. Leo wiped sweat from his forehead. I think that rumor was bogus, Jack. There's nothing out here. Jack frowned. We're not going back empty-handed. Let's push a little further. As the sun started to dip lower, casting long shadows through the trees, Jack suddenly froze. He pointed up at a high branch. A massive wild turkey was perched there. Jack raised his rifle. Leo grabbed his arm. A turkey? We came for an elk. Jack whispered, Thanksgiving is coming up, Leo. That bird is dinner. Leo let go. Fine, take the shot. But the moment Jack aimed, the bird flew off, disappearing into a thicket of rhododendrons. Damn it! Jack cursed. After him! They chased the bird through the thick brush, scratching their arms on thorns. They broke through the tree line and stopped dead in their tracks. The house in the clearing, in the middle of the deep wilderness, miles from any road, stood a pristine two-story Victorian house. It wasn't ruined. It wasn't abandoned. It looked brand new. The white paint was gleaming. The wraparound porch had 12 tall windows on the second floor, all wide open. The front gate was unlatched. Leo whispered, Who builds a mansion in the middle? A national forest? Jack lowered his rifle. This doesn't make sense. There are no tire tracks, no roads. Driven by curiosity and a bit of fear, they walked through the gate. The yard was overgrown with weeds, but the house itself was perfect. They peered through a ground floor window. The living room was fully furnished. Clean rugs, polished antique furniture, a fireplace ready to be lit, but no people. Hello, Jack yelled. His voice echoed, but no one answered. Let's go inside, Leo said, his voice shaking. Maybe they have water. They walked in. The floorboards didn't even creak. They went upstairs. The first room was a gentleman's study. A half-smoked cigar sat in an ashtray. A glass of whiskey was on the table, still wet with condensation. Leo touched the glass. Ice is still melting, Jack. Someone was just here. They moved to the next room, a bedroom. A silk dress was laid out on the bed, ready to be worn. As they stepped in, a sudden, freezing gust of wind slammed the door behind them open. Bang! A strong scent filled the room. Sweet jasmine perfume. And then footsteps. Thump, thump, thump. Fast, heavy footsteps running down the hallway right outside the door. Jack raised his rifle. Who's there? Silence. Leo grabbed Jack's shoulder. Jack, look at the window. The sun was setting. The light was turning blood red. We need to leave now, Leo whispered. The escape. They ran back to the study room to get to the stairs. Jack froze. The whiskey glass was now empty, and the cigar was smoking in the ashtray. It wasn't lit a minute ago, Jack stammered. Suddenly, from the floor above them, which shouldn't exist as they were on the top floor, they heard loud, manic laughter. A man and a woman laughing in unison. The sound was deafening. It vibrated through their bones. They scrambled down the stairs and burst out the front door. As they ran across the overgrown yard, they looked back. The windows were glowing. Every single candle in the house had been lit at once. And in the top window, 2 silhouettes were watching them run. They didn't stop running until they hit the main trail. They camped shivering in the woods that night. The next morning, Jack brought a park ranger back to the spot. They found the clearing, but there was no house, no foundation, just solid, ancient trees that had been growing there for hundreds of years. The only thing they found was a single turkey feather lying on the ground where the gate should have been.